Yeah, definitely. Of course, you know that you've only got, what is it, 9 league games, maybe 9 league games. Hopefully, 2 cup games is the aim. And yeah, that's when it gets to this stage. It is, as you say, the business end.
It is the business end of the season. Today we play St Johnstone at Celtic Park, and it's a big game. It's a massive game. It's another game that we're back at our home ground, and we need to get maximum points. There's nothing less to it. But we will have to do it without Liam Scales. Liam Scales is out injured, and we got the truth about the whole Louis Palma situation yesterday at the press conference also from Brendan Rodgers. I did say it would be an interesting one this week, and it was one that was worth a watch, and there was over 17,000 people have watched it so far. Louis Palma has a calf injury, just like Rio Hatate, just like Callum McGregor, and Liam Scales is out. Liam Scales also now is out injured. Just what we don't need just now is another player out injured. But Brendan Rodgers did say that he would be back in the next couple of weeks. And so, what will be the team today against St John's? What will be the team today? Well, obviously, in goals, and we'll talk about what Brendan Rodgers said in a minute. We'll listen to that, but let's speak about the team that we think may go out today. I did say it's going to depend who's fit this weekend before Brendan Rodgers picks his team. With Liam Scales being out, who does he partner in defence with? Cameron Carter-Vickers, who he said will be back. Joe Hart is your main man for the goals. He's going to be here to the end of the season, and then Celtic need to find a new goalkeeper. Brendan Rodgers was asked about speculation to Matt O'Reilly, and the death stare, the death stare. It would have been as well saying, "What a fucking stupid question! What a stupid question!" But we're not even at this end of the season, and you're talking about, well, Matt O'Reilly move on in the summer, and I mean we've got 9 games to go in the league and 2 cup games potentially, and you're talking about something, and the manager was quite right. The manager was quite right to say, "I'm not going to speak to a player about something that isn't even in question just now." Do you know, it's like whatever happens in the future happens, but you're not going to talk about it until something happens. And the stare for Brendan was absolutely fantastic to the media guy. Anyway, Alistair Johnson, he'll play in the team. Stephen Welsh, we all expect Stephen Welsh to be in beside Cameron Carter-Vickers. Will it be Welshie? Will it be Welshie? It does. The manager does like Welsh. Gustav Lagerbielke, nothing was said about him. But with both Big Mark Norrocky, Big Rocky is out injured, and Scales. So the only one he could really go with that he could put any trust in, that Brendan will put trust in, will be Stephen Welsh. And then Cameron Carter-Vickers is back in the team. And then Greg Taylor. Greg Taylor was brought out, and as you just heard, and Greg Taylor spent most of the afternoon getting asked about Scotland and about the Scotland team and about how he got called up back in 2020. And he got out his phone and started the text. Fantastic journalism, but I really think there was a game this weekend. Anyway, in the midfield, I think Paulo Bernardo will get a shout today, Matt O'Reilly, and Tomoki Iwata. Tomoki Iwata, the manager did say that Tomoki Iwata is coming into the team and filled that role quite good in the place of Callum McGregor. Even when he was in the team, it allowed Callum McGregor to go further forwards. But without Callum McGregor, we have been seen a bit wanting in the midfield. So it is a big weekend for those 3 guys. It is the game before the international break. And then obviously on the wings, Dyson, the goal scoring machine in recent form with his head of hair. He's letting the bald guys down. He's stopped wet shaving his head, and he's grown a barnet. And people are saying, well, if he keeps scoring like that, let him keep his barnet. Dyson, get back to the baldness, man. Get back to that wet shave on your napper. You know how good it feels. Stop being lazy. Anyway, Nicholas Kuhn, I reckon, will be. And since Palma is out again, and Nicholas Kuhn will be on the wing, also with Dyson Myra. And then it comes to the front position. Where Kyogo and Adam Ida have been fighting out for dominance of our attacking spot. I think that it might go with Kyogo to start this one. I think we need to give Kyogo has been ousted. He's been out the team due to a sort of inform. Adam Ida, he did score those 2 penalties and then he missed one. He scored a cracking header. But I think for this game and for the run-in, Kyogo's had his little spell on the bench. He's had a little kick up the bum. He knows all the motivation it needs. Kyogo knows how to win as a league. Adam Ida doesn't know how to win championships. For that, I'm going to say that I think Kyogo will start the game today. I think Kyogo will start the game, and I think that he's going to score 2 goals. I'm going to say it now. I'm going to say Kyogo to score 2 goals today. I think he knows how to get us over the line. He's done it in the past, and he's going to turn it around and go to the big tall lad. Listen, those wee guys can do it. I know, those wee guys can do it just as well as you. And I think that will be the team today. So tell me what you think the score will be in the comments section. Tell me what you think the score will be, and tell me your team. We will be on live an hour and 15 minutes before kickoff when Celtic normally put out the team sheet. So make sure you join us live for that, and tell us what it's like at Celtic Park today also. So let's get back and listen to the manager. Let's get back and listen to Brendan Rodgers and see what he said about the players that weren't going to make the squad today.
Not an option. We'll look at that after the international break. Thankfully, he's back in training with the squad now. So, but he still has a bit of work to do over these next few weeks in terms of his actual football fitness. So, but great to have him back in the squad, and he's trained the last few days.
I did say that. I did say that even though Rio Hatate might be fit for this weekend, he might be back in the squad training, he needs to get up to match fitness. And I hope Celtic have got some kind of... I hope they're not going to give all the players time off like they usually do on international breaks. I think it's important. It's an imperative. It's imperative that we get everyone as fit as possible for the run in.
And that's what it'll be. He's feeling good, but he needs to get some clearance work in over this next week to 10 days, and then we'll assess it for the Livingston game when we get back.
How's the rest of the group for tomorrow?
Cameron Carter-Vickers fine. He is trained and looks good, so that's great. He's available. Liam Scales will miss the game. We think he's picked up a knock in training. He's been so robust and been a real... his robustness, everything about him has been great since he's come into the team. So after the international break as well.
Can I ask you about Matt O'Reilly, called up again by Denmark this week? Is he a good sort of template for what Celtic can offer a player with a talent, player with ability? Look at his career trajectory since the move here.
And take massive club tests, then that can always really provide you with a real strong base that if you were ever to move on to another club, that if you can do it at Celtic, you can virtually do it anywhere. So Matt, he's been this is his 3rd year, I believe, and each year he's got better, and this year he's obviously been fantastic for us. So, but I think most players and guys that come to here, they understand that, but not until you're here do you really get to feel the pressure of that.
Have you spoken to him about what may come in the summer, given there was a little interest in the last one? There's very discussion about where things may...
At that point, Brendan Rodgers shakes his head in disbelief. He just shakes his head. He's like, he basically said, what the fucking stupid question? Do you know this transfer window isn't open? We've still got 9 games plus 2 league games to play, and you're asking me stupid questions about something that might not even happen. We might not get a bid for Matt O'Reilly. People have said Matt O'Reilly's form's dipped. And to be fair, he's a young lad. For him to play at the consistency, that he did at the start of the season, and that high tempo, that high speed, and for him to do that over the course of a season, he would be a 30-40 million pound player, but he's not, unfortunately, for us. I mean, he's not one of these European super giants of a player, and yet in his career, he may be going to be that at some point. But asking a question before the transfer windows even open is absolutely ridiculous.
Maybe we'll head for him.
And Brendan Rodgers at that point just shakes his head and has been done with it. I mean, I fully understand that they need to ask sort of pressing questions, but there's a time and a place, and it's obviously, I mean, it's a question that you would ask towards the end of the season. Yes, I guess it, but not with 9 games to go, surely. And Brendan Rodgers would write to reply like this.
Listen, I speak with the players, but I I don't need to address anything that's not there, you know.
Exactly. I don't need to address anything that is not there. Anyway, media just trying to mix things up as normal before an international break, trying to get some negative headlines out of Celtic, trying to say that, yes, we're talking about Matt O'Reilly leaving in the summer. That would have been the headline. Then Brendan Rodgers has spoke to Matt O'Reilly about him leaving this summer. No, he fucking hasn't. Anyway, on that note, have a fantastic day, Celtic fans all around the world. And I shall see you about an hour and 15 minutes before kick-off. And then we'll do it live after the game also. And on that note, hasta luego.